anyone that was
Nate Charles, Ray Lawrence, the Kickin' It podcast.
Hey guys, it's the second episode of the Kickin' It podcast. I'm Ray Lawrence,
I am Nate Charles.
and we got some pretty interesting articles today.
Mystery surrounds death of girl found floating in South African ocean.
Wow, I'm surprised I wasn't eaten by sharks.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a lot in the
Yeah, a
South
lot of great
African ocean?
lakes. Yeah,
It was a model.
she was a
It was a
model?
British model.
Ah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Imagine finding that.
Imagine finding that.
What do you think?
I bet they were like, they've pumped the body and there's like 8 different loads of semen
Yeah.
already. It's just been floating down the river, getting fucked and thrown back in.
It was just like, don't they say like 10% of the population's gay?
Yeah.
So like it went through like 9 different people. And on the 10th one, he was like, "Oh, I better call the police."
Yeah, it's like the odds of it finally getting to a gape, and finally he's like, "Oh, this person's dead." Like,
Yeah.
everyone else is just like,
Oh no, there's
fuck."
like, oh no. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it. Fuck. Oh no. Hey, do the cops test for the DNA no matter what?
and then like when the journalists are questioning the chief investigator, they're like, so is it clear that she drowned? Yes, sir. She drowned in a sea of cum.
So she was actually breathing fine, but so many guys came on her face.
At one point, there was more cum than ocean water.
The salinity levels of the water have risen because of the amount of cum.
Forget the polar ice caps. We are fucked right here.
There's no drinking water left in Ghana because everyone's cum in it.
Wait, was that
basically.
Ghana or wasn't it like South Africa?
Oh yeah, that was South Africa.
A man mauled to death by lions.
At Chahat Beer Zoo. I've been warning them about Chahat Beer Zoo for years now.
Listen, mate, there's no fence. I've told you once, I've told you 100 times.
At least get a fence, guys. Fucking hell. Chahat Beer, get it together. And they're like, we don't need a fence. They don't give a shit. They spend all this money on like a new drink machine or something. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Get the fence. Look, even the way the interview's filmed, it's like filmed on an iPhone 4S.
And
Like-
the drink machine is just a big pool where you go to fill up your cup and a crocodile eats you.
Yeah, they're sharing the drinks with the crocodile enclosure. An unidentified man was mauled to death by lions in the lion safari at Mahendra Chowdhury Zoological Park, also known as Chat Beer Zoo, in Zirakpur on Sunday afternoon. According to the sources, the man believed to be around 25. What a shit age to die of being
25.
mauled. That's
Wow,
so shit.
yeah.
Reportedly entered the lion safari by scaling the wall.
Well,
Dude, he wanted it. There were 2 lions inside the safari while 3 were in an enclosure. The victim was attacked for around 10 minutes. Can you imagine struggling with 2 lions for 10 minutes?
especially because everything's totally slowing down in your mind.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
10
yeah.
minutes, 10 real minutes
Yeah,
in that mind frame is like half an hour.
half an hour, and it's the last half hour.
Yeah.
Like it's half an hour of you gradually being worn down and
Oh,
defeated
man.
by 2 lions. Around 2:20 p.m., a man scaled the boundary wall, which is 30 feet high, and jumped inside the safari. The quick response team reacted promptly and rescued the man, who was in critical condition, and then took him to hospital. Oh!
Not even the last half hour.
Holy crap.
Yeah, my sympathy immediately went when you first mentioned that, by the way. As soon as
Yeah.
you said the words, he scaled the wall,
Oh, yeah.
I went from like, oh man, that poor guy, to, oh yeah, all right, well,
Yeah, that's what you get.
you wouldn't, yeah.
Why do you think there's a 30-foot wall there? Because they fucking want to keep a secret? Like, it's...
You were protected.
They were doing you a favor and you shit in their face. And then 2 lions at you, you fucking cunt. The body was taken to the civil hospital in Derabassi High. While the identity of the man is yet to be... Oh, yeah, they'd be looking at it being like, who the fuck was this? Because it's just
Yeah.
a red paste at this point. It's just clothes on a red paste. That's all it is. someone. Can you imagine the police waiting for someone to claim his body? So they've just put out there like, "There's a dead guy."
That's so.
Did you know anyone that was going to the zoo?
All right, I want everyone to count how many people was in the home this morning and count again tonight.
Oh my
If
God.
there is one fewer, call us immediately.
Your kid may have been eaten by a lion at the zoo. We don't know. I love the way that's how they do it. They're just like, how many people live here? We counted last time. It was like 20.
And you better come and pick him up quickly if you want dinner for tonight, because he will rot.
He is gonna smell terrible. It's gonna be unusable. At this point, you could get a chutney out of it. Police arrested a Lawrence man Friday in connection with the death of an 11-year-old Haverhill girl last month. Miguel Rivera, 58 he was, versus 11. That is so lopsided. Was taken into custody Friday night by state police and Lawrence police.
I love how you're like, in your mind, like, that would not be commissioned by the UFC. Let me tell you right now. That fight would never go ahead.
If they did, it would be a total sideshow. People would be like, as if...
What do you think the box office numbers would be?
It would be huge. Wouldn't you watch that if it's like somehow a 58-year-old fighter versus an 11-year-old girl?
I guess
and
I
he
would.
agreed to go as hard as he could.
I would be
You wouldn't
so
wanna
against
watch-
it, but I would totally watch it.
appalling. But if she's agreeing, even if she's agreeing, she's like
She
11,
can't agree.
She's not going to win or even enjoy anything that will come after it because she'll be fucking handicapped for the rest of her life.
Like the only place this fight could take place if they held it on like the CEO's private island. or
Yeah, it would
something.
have to be on the island. Yeah, but you'd want to see it.
Oh yeah.
Imagine, like, because you would never see it. You would. I don't know how you would ever see that. Is to watch a fucking. It would be horrifying.
I just gotta sort of like the rougher parts in New York, and you probably
Watch a 58-year-old man bash. I guess, yeah, dude. You can go to R. Kelly's house.
I still haven't watched that documentary.
Oh my god. I mean, this is basically it's the same thing.
You can go to the Middle East.
Oh, that's true. You can go to any domestic dispute in the Middle East is probably this. The Eagle Tribune reported that first responders were called December 15th for a baby ate a bunch of candy is now bleeding through the nose and mouth. What the fuck?
What?
That was what they got called and told. A baby ate a bunch of candy is now bleeding through the nose and mouth. Investigators were probing the girl's death for possible exposures to a toxic substance, including fentanyl.
Oh my god!
This
Imagine
cunt poisoned her.
Imagine reading that buyback in the newspaper. Like, Whole Foods is calling back candy due to a 11-year-old girl bleeding through the mouth and face.
After ingesting it.
We will refund your money.
Bring the receipt, obviously, because you could have bought them from anywhere. But bring the receipt to a Whole Foods. A GoFundMe page. What is a GoFundMe page going to do? What are you going to do? And now it's just
I can understand it if like a kid's parents die, they GoFundMe to like support the kid and pay for its shit. But
Yeah.
when the kid dies,
Yeah, it's like the parents are back in the green. They're like making a profit again. Their kid is dead. You should go on a holiday. You had just
they
saved
should
up.
pay us for the money they're saving.
You should be enter that fucking wealth back into the marketplace, you cunts, and send it this way. Subscribe to this podcast. And get on our Patreon and start giving us money. Imagine if we get on their GoFundMe page and we're just like, or you could support our Patreon. Here we are talking about this.
We're alive.
Where we actually need the money. I'm sure what is she going to do? Buy more candy with it? We don't know how that'll go.
No, that's what I mean. Like, it's just like a scam. They're scamming, but they're using this tragedy.
Yeah, to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be, like I said, they've probably just been saving up for like another 10 years of schooling. They don't have to pay that now.
Look, call me naive, but again, if it was a child losing their parents, I would totally
That makes
understand
total sense.
the GoFundMe, maybe supporting whoever's going to adopt the child,
Yeah.
pay for it. Absolutely. I don't understand quite where the money's going
Oh my God.
when the kid dies.
Yeah. You're going to be able to sell all the baby shit. They're not going to need it anymore. Do you know how much you could sell kids?
Yeah.
Some of them are probably barely used. Selfish people. Well, I think that this young lady is dead. Let's close the casket on her.
Wait.
Yes.
Who was he?
Yeah, no, there's so little about this guy. Like, first of all, his name's Miguel Rivera. Where's Haverhill?
I don't know.
Boston.
Oh,
have to build a wall.
Ah, right.
this makes it worse. This just made it worse.
Isn't that kind of weird and racist though? You heard about a young girl getting poisoned in India. You're like, oh, okay. Like that's pretty bad. I mean, that's India.
Yeah.
But when it's like Boston, you're like, oh my, where people are like not Indian.
Yeah. What does that say?
I guess because like you read stories about like someone catching the bus and getting raped by 40 people while like the president stands there and cheers.
Yeah.
in fucking India.
Oh my god. I'm just picturing it now. You
do it.
You know how the Prime Minister goes to the grand final? It's like the same thing.
He's like waving his scarf. Trying to make you faster.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's the worst. Oh. Okay.
He's got like a box seat and he's eating like a prawn cocktail.
Like he knows that if he doesn't go, he's gonna lose the Conservative vote.
Yeah, there's like another article.
The working class vote, sorry.
There's an article in like a paper. It's like, no sight of the Prime Minister at the rape on the bus this week. Thinks he's too good. Couldn't get a beer with him.
Typical elitist.
Typical elitist. He's like, no, I enjoy watching rape as much as the next person. And I was just my daughter's birthday was that day as a press fucking release about why he couldn't make it to the rape. Anyway,
I congratulate all the winners. And I watched it from home. We celebrated as a family as she recovered.
My wife is more of a victim fan, but I will always follow the perpetrators. That is my...
And then like the journalists all laugh because they're men.
Yeah, they're like, oh, thank you. Nice to see you, Mark. Anyway... It sounds like he drugged her, but the drugs made made blood come out of her nose and mouth, right? He was probably just a neighborhood pedophile. This is what was going on. He was probably trying to drug her to make her pass out or something.
And he upped the dosage.
He went too hard. He was like, "Oh, this is gonna be like a 45-minute."
This is what happens when pedophiles watch Breaking Bad. They think they can be Heisenberg. Calm down. Snatch and run is your only chance.
Well, young lady, you're dead. Okay, let's close the casket on her. Bulgarian bus crash. At least 16 killed as tourist bus flips on highway. Look at it. That's a shit-looking bus. Oh my! I bet there's like 30 people living in it now. It's just still there. Like they haven't cleaned it up. There's like fucking clotheslines hanging along the windows.
It's like still a for sale sign. Yeah, real estate agents coming around. It's cozy.
It's a fixer-upper. Look at this. Solid tin. He's just like hitting the wall. Is it a bus? Yeah. Where do you live right now? Oh, we live in the buckets. We'll get it, This is a bit of an upgrade for you. Yeah. But, your family, you do have 30 kids now, so your family is expanding. You've reached that magical point in every
a bucket's not enough.
Bucket is 25 maybe, but you have 30
kids. It is a big bucket. Well, that may be.
Even
but
the biggest bucket's not going to hold 30 kids.
You need a bus. Can I keep the corpses? Sure.
And then at the end, he comes up and goes, his corpses, none of them are Jewish, right? He's still super racist. He doesn't want it.
And then the real estate agent's like, you've signed, mate. No, gives his backsies.
No. You'll find out. That's it. Well, we don't really do an ethnicity or religion check. Oh, come on, man, please. Don't be stupid. Don't fuck me here. You send me a bus with the dead Jews. And everyone finds out. They're talking about it like around the barrel fire or whatever, fucking Bulgarians. They're just like, you hear Dimitri buy a house, it has full of dead Jews. You got to be careful. They burn you. The real estate agents, they burn you, He's back. He lives still in his bucket. The house does nothing. It doesn't. The bus is useless. Because it's a curse now. You cannot go in it. These dumb religious rules and shit. Anyway, how far did we get? We got up to the picture. That was the picture. 16 people were killed and another 26 were injured when a tourist bus flipped over on a highway near Bulgaria's capital, Sofia. Police said a bus carrying tourists on a weekend trip to a nearby resort overturned. Oh, they were probably so excited. They're all in their swimmies being like, we're going to a resort. and then fell down onto a side road 20
Do you think they were
meters
singing songs?
But
The wheels on the bus go over the edge, over the edge.
The people on the bus go squish, squish, squish. Ambulances rushed to the scene and took to the injured Sophia Hospital. Doctors said, is it funny that for some reason I just can't picture a Bulgarian ambulance being like efficient and good?
I picture it with just like a truck with one guy sticking his head out the window going, wow, 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 wow.
And he's still got a cigarette.
He's still smoking. So he has to like, they have to have cough breaks. Like, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
And he's driving it, so he's not even focusing on the road. He's killing more people.
He's just mowing cunts down.
All right, well, should we close the casket on these people? Do we have anything else to add to this?
Nah, I think.
Richard Overton, America's oldest World War II veteran and the oldest man in the US, dies at 112. That's great. Whoa, I was not expecting a black person.
Yeah.
Only because Richard Overton. If you said, hey, here comes Richard Overton, would you be looking for
No, I was
guy?
expecting like just like an old
The whitest man on earth.
white guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah, but it wasn't. He isn't even in a wheelchair.
No,
This
he
guy
was driving. This guy was driving.
Oh my God, this guy's a G. Like, good for him for having a good life.
So you know what's amazing? He was so old. He was pretty much my
Dude.
age when Hitler came into power.
He was fucking 38 when the Second World War finished. 38.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's huge.
Because it's not like, when, I think of, let's just say someone was in their 60s or 70s now. So our grandmother's in her 80s. So she was a child during World War II. Right? So that doesn't mean she didn't experience it.
Yeah.
She did, but it was still through the prism of a child. This guy, so when Hitler came into power, this guy already had fully formed opinions.
Yeah, he was an adult. He was driving and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he would have been...
That's insane. That's how fucking old he was.
Yeah, that he could actually be like, oh, this doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
He looked over at Germany.
I don't like where this is headed.
Yeah, I hope this doesn't get too big, this movement. Hell.
There would totally still be Nazis alive today, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there would be
actual
people,
OG Nazis.
And would they believe that shit? Would they? Do you think they
Some
still
of them
buy
surely
into it?
would.
I mean, you'd have to, right?
If you think about it, someone who's like 99 still would have had that sort of sentiment and and perhaps hasn't changed.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
What a weird way to think, though. And then you're constantly looking at stuff where you're the most evil group on the planet.
Yeah.
But you were one of those people.
And people are comparing other people to you contextually.
Yeah, to be like, we got to look out, though, because remember this piece of shit.
Imagine in like 70 years, people are like telling other people, don't listen to them. They're Nate Troisies. They're Nate Troisies. Anyone who hears ideas that they don't agree with automatically convicts people of being Nate Troisies. It's bullshit. I'm not a Nate Troisy. All I'm saying is we should suck each other's dicks.
I'm not going a full Nate Troisy. I'm not saying we have to force people to suck dicks. I'm saying some people like sucking dick, and they should be allowed to suck dick in America. And would Nate Troisy have agreed with that? He loves sucking dick. He would have agreed with it.
Yeah, but no one's arguing with that. Should it be done on the train?
Well, that's how Nate Troisy got into power. He started pushing everyone to suck each other's dicks on the train.
He took over the MTA by just blowing the consumer one by one. Currying favor with every New Yorker. So they could collectivize and overtake the system.
Take the system from within. And that's when he seized power. And then enforced dick sucking. And then put everyone in those cock-sucking camps. And everyone sucked all their dicks against their will. He told them they were just going to have a shower, but then he popped out and sucked all their dicks.
Oh, man. You can still go visit the showers today. People are doing tours. No one died.
Yeah, he didn't suck anyone's dick. There were 30 people's dicks sucked during World War II.
Yeah, there's Nate Troisy deniers.
It is pretty weird, to think that. And people are like, yeah, I'm not one of them.
But anyways, this cunt still lives. And that's the thing. So when someone is accused of being a Nazi, I wish someone would go, I'm not Ask him and just point to the actual Nazi.
He's a really old guy.
Yeah, to be fair,
Yeah, he's not a Nazi. Trust me.
he's a fucking pussy.
Look at the way he dressed. He's a pussy. There's so many Joes walking around here not doing anything. It's not a Nazi.
It's all talk.
It's all talk.
So who died?
I don't know. It's
Oh yeah, the fucking old veteran. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, the veteran. Couple in Yosemite death plunge were intoxicated. So we've been through this. 2 people died where I got married.
Imagine if that was on a higher cliff than where you were, and it happened on your wedding day. So in your photo, you just got like 2 blurry objects as you and Joe are kissing.
Or like they just fall between us. Like they actually fall onto the cliff. Can you imagine your
my
wedding
God.
just looking and you're like looking at your vows and you're like, I promise that, and then someone goes and just lands between the 2 of you and explodes.
I promise that no matter where we fall, we'll fall together.
Like that.
That, you know, the positive of if that actually happened, you would be the only person in the world who other people would actually enjoy watching the wedding video of.
Yeah, that's true. Dude,
If you're like, dude, you want to watch my wedding video? I'm like, fuck
Would
yes.
it be like all these people that'd be like, no, it's so gross. And it'd be like asking someone to watch a fucking ISIS beheading.
Come on, don't be rude.
Yeah.
Like, you still try and put them under that social pressure?
Yeah, it's like, don't you care? We got married. And they're like, yeah, all right, put it on. Just watching it, yeah, just vomiting. Like. U.S. figure skater John Coughlin, some figure skater's family is devastated after his apparent suicide at 33. 33.
What's an apparent suicide? What do you have to do where it's not quite certain that it's suicide?
I get jumping up. I like jumping up a building. Maybe
I suppose. Also, probably the wanking with the belt one.
Like, that could have been like.
Because obviously it's like,
not
well,
suicide.
was
Maybe
he
just having a good time. Maybe
Yeah.
a drug overdose as well. There's heaps. If they just, I was gonna be like, if they just find you shot a bunch of times, but it's like, no, that's pretty clearly not suicide.
After, once there's more than one shot, it's, unless he
And
was
you don't-
missing horribly.
And you don't have a gun.
Yeah.
No, he could have put it away after he shot himself. I would never expect a figure skater to kill themselves. You know? How?
Well, if you're doing it in Kansas, and of course we're saying this not knowing Kansas even remotely well, but let's enjoy that.
But also we're correct. I mean, we didn't know the fucking Chibati Zoo or whatever.
Yes, we
Chibata
do.
Zoo.
How many times am I
yeah,
going to tell
right.
you?
Sorry, yeah, we actually, that was all very accurate about the fucking, I just called the Chibata Zoo. Yeah, it's not interesting.
Yeah, it's People Magazine, I guess.
It's a dog shit article.
He was a skater boy. He said, "See you later, boy."
Oh my God. Killed himself on Saturday. Don't know how he did it, because this article is shit. But he was probably fucking gay. Dead. Anyway, he's dead. You know what's going to be great? Is as we start to get more of a following, sooner or later someone who died family is going to hear us talking about them and become and attack us.
Bring it on.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, my approach would just be like, we weren't especially mean to your dead person.
We're not really. I mean, and the point of it isn't to be mean to the dead person. It's more about the circumstances in which they
You're
died.
saying if you were this fucking 19-year-old's dad and you heard 2 stupid Australian cunts talking about how she was pumped full of cum after she died because she was attractive, you'd be like, oh, I mean, it's all in the name of fun, you know? You'd be fucking
Well, to
furious.
be fair, mate, shouldn't you be a little bit busier with the mourning process instead of listening to a podcast?
It's true.
All right.
Maybe he's like, he's just crying in his car. He's like, I'm just going to put on a podcast. They
Yeah.
always help me calm down.
Yeah,
This one.
bit soon to be listening to a podcast about the way people
About
died.
Maybe he misreads it and he's like, oh, this is about people dying. It's good. It'll help me with my mourning process. Oh my God, they're talking about my fucking daughter. Oh my God, what's her name? They're talking about Sinead. Oh my God. I hope they say nice things about it. What? It's full of cum. Turn it off. And his wife's in the car. Turn it off, Michael. He's like, I can't. The fucking thing's not working. He's just turning it louder. It's just... Our dumb voices being like, yeah, imagine how much carbs she's got in her by the time she floats down that river. Oh, shit.
It's fun to think about how your words affect others.